Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. We all good. All right. All right. We back. We back. Shinizaki back again. D.N.ATA podcast. Riding solo today. Riding solo. Exciting. Exciting. Finally got this Legion Go 2 release. Finally announced. All right, y'all. We are live officially. All of the kinks, all of the hiccups and everything out the way. So let's turn that music down so we can get it started. All right. It's time to get it started. So y'all thought I was going to stay asleep, huh? Y'all thought I was going to stay asleep on this. All this news coming out. I'm sure everybody was like, man, where's Shinizaki? Where is he? He ain't talking about the Legion Go 2. All the handhelds are out. All the announcements. Yep. But I ain't going to be asleep forever, y'all. I ain't going to be asleep forever. So you know what? I'm going to give y'all some food. I'm going to feed y'all. And I'm going to let y'all know how I'm feeling. Because I've been so busy, I have not been able to even get on a podcast or anything. But all of that changes right now. I'm going to try to give y'all as much as I can, as much time as I got for the day for this. But I got some mixed feelings. I'm excited and I'm sad. I'm excited and I'm sad. For those who don't know, I'm Shinizaki. And on this channel, we do a lot of PC gaming related stuff. So I'm a PC gamer. I got the original Legion Go. I got the Steam Deck OLED, PS Vitas, all that fun stuff. I would definitely say out of all of the devices I have, the Legion Go is by far my favorite. I mean, the screen on the original device, 8.8 inches, the detachable Joy Cons, all that stuff. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, um, so everything that we do on this channel is definitely PC gaming related. I'm 100% a PC gamer at this rate. Consoles is cool. I got the consoles, PS5, blase, blase. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't own no Xboxes. I got the Xbox One, but that boy ain't getting no love. I'm talking about the old OG VCR Xbox One, and I sold the Series S. Wasn't getting no love, especially when you had these gaming PCs and little handhelds. Like when I got the Steam Deck and I put the on the internet browser the cloud gaming, which for what it was when Steam Deck just came out was pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was blow your socks off, but it was pretty good for what it was. We're still waiting on that native Game Pass, but if you fast forward, well, we got the raw Xbox Ally X, Xbox Ally X, whatever the heck you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to see if Vin Diesel want to sponsor that boy Triple X. For real. I'm surprised they didn't work out a deal with him. But yeah. So definitely, I was not using the Xbox Series S, man. From my point of view, because all you got to do is hook a HDMI up or a dock up to your Legion Go or your Legion Go S or your ROG Ally X, all of that, and boom, you got an Xbox that way. So they say everything's an Xbox now. I guess everything is an Xbox now. So I guess they definitely achieved that goal in doing that. So right now, we're specifically going to talk about the Legion Go 2, though. It's all of the information is out now. Um, all the information is out. I will definitely say, that uh, like I said, I'm excited and I'm sad. A lot of things they did live up to, but the one thing that they did not live up to was that price. Um, and I just don't even know. I don't know. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But it's finally here, and we can actually anticipate it. Some sources are saying the end of October or whatnot. I mean, pre-orders were live. I don't know anybody in the wild who actually has one, who's not a YouTuber right now. But if you go to Best Buy, you can see right here that they're up for pre-order. And this page did not load right, but it's like 1099 for this 16 gigabyte model. So let's refresh that and see what the heck going on. We're gonna go back there. We're gonna talk about that when we get there. Yeah, here it go. So yeah, pre-order, ready on release date, and I want to say October the 31st or something like that is released. I don't know. We're gonna find out. So all right, so got my stuff queued up. But first, let's talk about what this device is right now, what we got to look forward to. And this is from Lenovo's website. All right. Lenovo's website. Okay. So most of the leaks and everything and the stuff that they showed at CES actually is official and it came to fruition. But I have some thoughts. Okay. But first of all, We're going to go through the website. Then we're going to watch PC World's video right here because I haven't really watched any videos because I wanted to do this live. I wanted y'all to have my 100% raw impressions. So, yes, a lot of this content might be old to y'all, but it's new to me. And it's the Shinizaki version. All right? So, if you rock with me, you'll find enjoyment out of it regardless. So, right now, we're going to go ahead and run down this website and look at what they got going here and everything and watch the video. So, for starters, Legion Go Gen 2, 8.8 inch. Max power meets max flexibility in the next iteration of our award-winning flagship handheld. Key points: detachable Legion True Strike controllers, they're calling them, with multiple modes of gameplay, which we all know is just FPS mode. That's about it. Unless they added something new. 144 hertz screen, not 120, 144. They kept that. It was pretty much a dead horse on the first device, but it ain't going to be one here because we got VRR. And the pure sight OLED gaming display. So, that just alone sounds amazing. Okay? Is it worth the price tag that we're going to talk about? I don't. We get there. We get there. Large capacity, fast charging, 74 watt hour battery for more unplugged action. More unplugged act. I'm glad they put unplugged because I'm telling you, if you're playing the original Legion Go at 30 watts maximum power, you are not going to get more than 50 minutes out of that thing. I would say 50 minutes. I'm saying First Descendants, whatever the heck you playing, is 50 minutes. Literally. And then the stock charger that you get with it will not charge at a fast enough rate for you to be able to even get to 100% while you're playing at 30 watts. I go through this all the time. If you ain't near an outlet, you might as well forget it. So that's good to see. But I also have an issue with that. Okay? So we got the detachable controllers, 8.8 inch, 144 hertz OLED display with VRR, 74 watt hour battery, ergonomic body design, which I do like that. I do like that ergonomic body design. I messed around and got the 3D printer, and I 3D printed some Legion Go free, which hopefully maybe I could put that link in the description to them. But for the old Legion Go, I 3D printed some comfort grips that have that rounded bottom that you see right here. Maybe, matter of fact, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. 3D print comfort grips for Legion Go. I want to say it was on a Reddit post. A Reddit post. It ain't those. I bought those. And I don't like them. I don't like them. It was like a shell that you print out. You feel me? And then you take all the innards out of the old controller and you put them in there. I didn't have the balls to do it because I didn't trust me doing the touchpad. And then the touchpad getting all jacked up. And then you had to forego FPS mode and all that. Yeah, these are them right here. Yeah, you see this? I 3D printed these. And these guys were taking these 3D prints. And they were changing the colors of them, making them boys look like legit Joy-Cons. Like, I don't know what's going on my internet. It's super slow, but we're going to go through some of these pics real quick. So I have them printed out already. Oh, here they go loading up on the side. Can we get this blown up, please? There we go. Now, these look fire. You feel me? So there are people already doing this. Because if you have a Legion Go, you know that how sharp this corner is. I'm surprised I still got fingers. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm surprised I still got fingers right now, dude. Like, cause that boy was so sharp, man. It was just a big old sharp square. So these actually came in clutch. Now, I actually would sand this down a little bit more so that you don't see the 3D print grooves on it. Mine's printed on the print bed face down, so this part is relatively smooth. You don't have to sand it too much, but maybe like the sides right here and all that, I would sand it down so it looks more like an OEM look. But look at this, man. People were spray painting them. Them boys was looking nice. I mean, if I was squinting my eyes like this, I would think this is a Legion Go 2 right here. You feel me? Now you are foregoing the LED ring because they give you this little ring to 3D print out. So I want to say you're foregoing it. Okay, that picture is not loading, so I don't know what's up with that. Let's go back. X out of that. What we doing? Yo, my internet is bad today. It is bad. Yo, what's going on right now? I just paid this joint too. Like, what they doing, dude? What's going on with AT&T right now? But anyways, you can see on the side right here, since my internet decides that it ain't gonna behave. This is the innards of the shell right here. Maybe I can zoom in on this page. We're gonna have to do something real ghetto for y'all. Look at this. Got me all zoomed in. All right, so where were we? That worked. That photo didn't. So yeah, look at this. It just straight up crashed. AT&T, I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm gonna need y'all to fix this. I need y'all to do this. This ain't no fiber. This ain't no fiber. Yo. Well, we gonna go back. We're gonna try to reload it this way. Yo, they doing me dirty, y'all. They doing me dirty. All right, y'all. I'll be right back. They doing me dirty, y'all. They doing me dirty. So you know what? We just gonna move on. We gonna move on. I don't know what's going on with this internet, bruh, but they doing me dirty. Still ain't loading. Still ain't loading. And they got me all zoomed in. So you know what? We gonna back out. We're gonna back out like a bad multiplayer match. We're gonna back out. All right. So you get the point. All right. These were an issue. Okay? There were an issue where people were 3D printing their own grips and coloring them boys. Now, it's beyond me why, well, I guess they don't want to completely rip off Nintendo, but it would be kind of fire to have these in different colors. I'm not going to lie. Maybe get some purple ones, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like some blue ones like they got right here, match the background. But, I mean, you can always take it apart and paint it yourself. You can always take it apart and paint it yourself if you want. Um, so I don't know. But this was an issue. So I'm glad they fixed it. Like I said, I never did. I 3D printed mine and I was going to keep them black. But I never did it because I was afraid of the touchpad portion. But I don't know. So moving on, I guess we can go through some of these pictures real quick. These pretty much look like the same old pictures that we had for the leaks. That's the back, extra buttons, FPS mode stuff. Those are them detached. And for y'all who don't know, these Legion Go True Strike controllers. I'm not gonna call it Joy-Cons. I guess I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't know. I'm gonna call them a mixture of both. But these True Strike controllers are actually compatible with the old device. So if you kind of want to just get a little bit of a taste because the high price tag is a little too overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? You could just buy these and put them on the old Legion Go, and boom, now you ain't got to 3D print them and be a chicken butt like me. So, and yeah, so photos. All right, let's go to the features. Ultimate performance for elite handheld PC gaming. The Legion Go Gen 2 packs up to AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme processor with up to AMD's Zen 5 CPU, up to 8 core 16 threads, and RDNA 3.5 based Radeon 890M graphics for 1200p gaming. Man. With AMD Hyper RX, enable one-click enhancements like FSR, AFMF for boosted FPS and visuals, and all in a handheld. All right. Some advertisements. So you got the new D-pad. Oh, let's go. Oh, it's just a revolving. I'll start here. Handheld mode, which is what I probably mostly will be playing in. FPS mode. Nice. Okay, console mode. So it actually does it come with this? That'll be good to know. If y'all watch my live stream from pretty much earlier this year or last year, um, I have one of these 3D printed. It's actually not 3D printed. I have two. I have one that's 3D printed and one that I showed on my stream when we were first talking about putting this controller on here. But this is actually a Legion branded one. Can it charge the Joy-Cons or the True Strike controllers? I don't know. Can it charge them? That would be good to find out. Um, but that's kind of cool, tabletop gaming like that. But I don't really know how comfortable that is because there's really no actual shape in that middle piece. It's just like a half triangle, like a big block that says Legion on it. So I don't know if this is that comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We need something with some ergonomics, man. Where my PS5 controller? You know what I'm saying? Something that's got a little bit, because those are already fat True Strike controllers. They're already big, so that's just gonna feel like a Duke controller. You feel me? That was going for that Duke look for real, man. So I don't really know how comfortable that is with that big piece of plastic in the middle. Um, so, but go from handheld to console by detaching the controllers and snapping them into into the charging connector to create a standalone gamepad. All I had to do was read. You can enjoy AAA games. I said a AAA games. Who is this guy? Games on the 8.8-inch screen anywhere or dock your device and play on a TV for big screen gaming at home. Now, for y'all that don't know, I will say this again. For the original Legion Go, I bought their Legion branded dock on Amazon Prime Day for 50 something bucks. When I got that dock delivered, I was excited to push my JSOX dock off to the side, only to find out the dock did not work. And this was the Lenovo Legion Go branded dock. And it did not work. Brand spanking new. Package did not look like it was tampered with or anything. So I don't know if I just got a fluke, but I took that boy back and I put my JSOX dock back in. I'm not talking about that RGB one or the 16 connector, whatever one. If the web page will load, if the web page, okay, so we back to this. Okay, they're loading now. I'm scared to load up this page, but let me see if I can find it. The JSOX doc real quick. Um, Let me see. I like to use this web page. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my audio. Seems like it's going out. Um, is it this one? Yes, it is this one. Okay, so let's do this. This is the original dock that I got. Okay, I bought the Legion Go branded dock, thinking that it was going to be the greatest thing ever to pair with my Legion Go, only to find out it didn't work. Only to find out it didn't work. So like, yo, what we doing? So this dock, when I bought it, was like 40 something bucks. Okay, this was the very first dock that JSOX came out with for the Steam Deck. I'm talking about the LCD Steam Deck. Um, and I still use this till this day. And I can't believe after 3 something years, this thing is performing immaculate. You know, you got the Ethernet cable right here, the 3 ports, the HDMI, USB-C charging. You know, and actually, this has more. This has more connectivity than the official Legion Go dock. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Yeah, this one. Then this boy is more expensive, dog. You see that? 63.99, and the other one 30 some bucks, and it's don't even have as many ports, and it won't even let me click on it. Yo, who messing with my internet, dog? Like, like, no, I'm gonna have to go see somebody on the roof, bro. For real. All right, look at this. It's got one less USB port that I was mad about that. You feel me? So it's got, I think that's two. Oh, that's because one of the USBs is a Type C. That's why. Yeah, so it's got two USB A's and a Type C, and then that's the one to charge in. The other one right here, if y'all can see that, that's the one that you're going to be charging it in. And then the Ethernet's on the back. So I bought this, and I'm like, yo, I got the perfect pair. You feel me? It's like the shirt matched the shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fitted. But when I plugged it in, nothing. Black screen. Black screen. And they want more money for this? More money for this? No. It wasn't happening. So I took it back. And it was like 49 for Prime Day. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting a discount and everything. I'm excited. No. Will I try it again? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. So, yeah. Controller base. Now, I'm not going to lie. This controller base, um, if you don't use it that often, it's kind of a nuisance, man, because when you want to take your Legion Go and put it in a different bag, and then you decide on the spur of the moment, oh, I want to show you something, and you find out it ain't in there. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of a nuisance, bruh. So I know it'd be hard to engineer, but I mean, from what I've heard, that this device is thicker now, it would have been kind of nice to just have like a magnetic part on the back of the device where it will always be with you. You know what I mean? On the device, like you know how they have a MagSafe charger? They should have had like a magnet type of MagSafe thing where you just click it in the back and boom, it's everywhere. You know, no matter where you go, you still have it. But if you're like, hey man, yeah, I want to show you the FPS mode, and you pull it out of your bag and you set it all up, and you're like, oh, like, yeah, that's kind of a flop. So I don't like that. So if you ain't using this very often, you know, it kind of really like forces you to carry this around. It kind of reminds me of the dongle for the no more headphone jacks. Now you got to carry this dongle around, you know, at the spur of the moment that you're going to need to hook up a 3.5 millimeter. And I don't know. So it kind of forces you to use the case that it comes with at all times. But then you got to find a backpack or a bag that can fit the case in it as well. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Well, it's there. So now we got Hall effect joysticks. Never miss a shot with Hall effect joysticks through advanced magnetic sensors, eliminating stick drift for flawless, long lasting precision. Everybody's doing this, and they should be doing it. I do like the D pad. I like it. This is a better D pad. You know, this is the how Hadokeny, as retro game course would say, how Dokeny is it? And with those extra little circular, you know, bottom base and then the cross in it works better for the Hadoken. You feel me? So definitely, I like that much better. So so yeah, we talked about the handheld mode, the FPS. Yeah, so that's all of the scrolling stuff. You feel me? All right. So let's go down the page. Enjoy 3 months of Game Pass on Lenovo Legion devices. Now I've had this. They did this for the first Lenovo device, and as a matter of fact, I need to check out where my box is for my Lenovo device so I can claim this. You feel me? So I can claim this because I've got a whole lot of 3 months vouchers that I have not used yet. So, but they're doing this with everything. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. We actually, what's the point of having an Xbox when you can have an Xbox in your hand and not only be limited to a Xbox ROG Ally Xbox? You feel me? Um, so there's no need to have a Xbox Series S sitting in your living room stuck there when you can have this and install native Game Pass. You feel me? On here and walk around and do whatever you got to do, you know? So I sold the boy because it was like after I bought the original Legion Go, I'm like, there's no need for me to have this. I'm going to put it in my JSOX dock, bust it up on the TV, have a controller, and what's nice about it is you don't have to use the controllers that it came with. Man, go grab a PS5 controller. Go grab an Xbox controller. Heck, go grab a Switch controller. Plug that boy up in there on Bluetooth, and you good. You feel me? So, yeah, this is legit. I like that. So we want to see more of this. And Xbox knew that, so that's why they came out with the Xbox ROG Ally Xbox. All right. So we already know the OLED. Now let's see the nerd specs on here. The Legion Go Gen 2 features an 8.8-inch Lenovo PureSight OLED gaming display that delivers an immersive and competitive edge. With VESA True Black 1000 certification, a 16:10 aspect ratio, native landscape orientation, 144 hertz VRR for ultra smooth responsiveness, 500 nits of brightness, and a vibrant DCI-P3 color. Every scene comes to life in stunning detail. So to translate that for the non-nerds, it's a better screen. Okay? It's a better screen. Now, let's not get it twisted. The original Legion Go had a 2K screen. It was like 2560 by 1600 or something. But it meant absolutely nothing because of how much it was going to drain that 49 watt hour battery. And then with 144 hertz, you still had screen tearing because it was not variable vibration, whatever reduction. I can't even remember it for the nerds. But long story short, it's a better screen. Just from it being OLED, you could say that. But then they went the extra mile and they did VRR with it. Now, obviously, they weren't going to do all that with the first device because they want to have reasons to sell you another device at a hefty price tag, which we're going to get to. We're going to get to eventually. All right. But for people who don't know, the DPI-P3, the 500 nits blacks of 1000, whatever, 16 by 10 aspect native orientation, it's a better screen. Even without it being 2K, like the 2560 by 1600 that was on the original device, this is still a better screen. Because after a certain amount of pixels, you ain't going to see it no way, especially in a handheld. All right. Now, I'm not going to lie. Just looking at the desktop on the original Legion Go at 144 hertz with that 2K screen, it looked great. It looked great. Let me see something. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, we back. My lighting is jacked up, so bear with me, y'all. So here we go. Even without, like I was saying, like the desktop looked great. The desktop looked great at the 2K 144 hertz, but that meant nothing when you start up Final Fantasy 15 or something. All right, it meant nothing when you started up a nice graphically demanding or whatever game you were playing. It was like, dude, the amount of battery life, the amount of screen tearing, and everything else is like, it's pointless to even play games like that. Now, if you're playing like a Metroidvania or something, yeah, fine. Fine. It's 2D. Okay? Play it in 2K. But I'm not buying this device to play games that I can still play on the PS Vita. You feel me? I'm not buying this to play games that look good on the Nintendo DS. I'm playing this because I want the same experience I'm getting out of my console or on my TV or on my PC in my hands. And you couldn't do that with the original Legion Go screen. All right, so this at least gives you a little bit more of that experience, given that you have a better screen that actually makes sense in keeping those settings and getting the performance with those specs. All right. Now, here are they showing this. Overcome, outlast, outmatch. Okay, so here we go. Now I got a bone to pick with this. All right, I got a bone to pick with it. I don't have my voice effects because I'm using a different sound setup, but they'll be coming back. Stay tuned. But I got a bone to pick with this, all right? Legion Go's 2's massive 74 watt hour battery delivers 50.4% more capacity than the last gen. So you can play longer, push harder, and stay in the game even longer with super rapid charge. And with battery optimization built into Legion Space, you can tweak performance profiles and power plans even on the fly, unleashing power when it counts. That's great. Okay, yeah, that's great. I like that. It is 50% more pretty much. All right. It was a 49 watt hour battery on the previous device, which I said if you had that thing running at 30 watt TDP performance mode, you're only getting 45 to 50 minutes of a AAA game. Okay? It was terrible. And then the charger that came in the box did not charge the device fast enough. in order for you to continue playing. It would be another hour and a half, and you'll still be at like 30%. And so a little bubble comes up or whatever in the Legion space or whatever that said, we prefer you using a higher wattage charger than 65 watts. Let me be fair, a higher wattage charger. They did warn you if you were reading the fine print. They prefer you to use a higher wattage charger than 65 watts in order to charge your device while playing in performance mode at 30 watt TDP. Now, I'm lazy and I never did get like a 100-watt charger. In fact, I wanted to go double that and get like a 120, 130-watt charger so that I know that I'm charging fast enough while playing in that performance mode. But I never did it yet. But that's still on my shopping list of things to do. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So right now, um, that's all good news. That's all good news. But the bone that I have to pick with this is this. They keep wanting me to chat. I don't want to chat. The bone I have to pick with this is this. For you OG Lenovo Legion Go owners, all right? You OG owners. If you go on Amazon, bang! Shout out to Floss. You can actually get an 81 watt hour aftermarket battery for $52. $52, bro. Okay? Now you already opening the device. You're already opening it to put a higher capacity SSD in it. Why don't you put this in your older Lenovo Legion Go with your 2 terabyte, possibly 4 terabyte NVMe SSD? Now you're getting a little bit more battery life than you would be getting with the 74-hour watt. So my thing is, why didn't they come out with the 81 watt hour battery instead of the 74 watt hour? And look at how cheap this battery is, man. People were getting this thing for like 40-some bucks on AliExpress, bro. Alibaba. You feel me? Bro. Bro. We could have easily got an 81 watt hour battery. It worked just fine in the older Lenovo Legion. So if you want to save yourself some cha-ching, you could easily buy this battery, buy a higher capacity hard drive, and buy the new Joy-Cons, you know, the True Strike controllers, buy the new ones, put them on there. You already halfway there. The only thing you need next is just the processor and the screen, you know? And I haven't checked it, but I had to bring up this. When the Steam Deck first came out, people were complaining, oh, 800p, 800p. This screen sucks. LCD. Okay, fine. That's where this website came into play. Deck HD. DeckHD.com. This company took it upon themselves to give you a jump from a 800p to 1200p screen. Okay? This was the specs comparison between their screen and the original Steam Deck's display. Now, this was before we got the Steam Deck OLED, all right? This was before. Now, for an extra $100, you could go from 1920 to 1200 resolution from the 1280 by 800. For the nerds, we got the 87% sRGB coverage versus the 67% sRGB coverage. Still had the same size, obviously, because you can't put a bigger screen in a smaller body. 400 nits, same brightness, same refresh rate, anti-glare coating, flicker-free, okay, image on all refresh rates, which we have to see how true that was. I never bought this, so I don't know. For the people in the community, put in the chat if you did this or know somebody who did it and if they had a better experience. It improved touch panel responsiveness. Now, I don't know if that's just a gimmick. You feel me? But the point is, before the Steam Deck OLED came out, you had people out here doing this, getting a better experience on their Steam Deck, you know, by just spending an extra $100. Now you got some reviews on here and all that stuff. Let's just see. Dang, I don't even know if this is gonna load, bruh, since my internet's bad. But I'm not gonna wait. Let's go back. I did the research prior to the stream, and unfortunately, nobody was pulling out better panels because the original Legion Go already came out with a 2K panel. So they already hit home good with that. The problem is it didn't have VRR, and there weren't going to be OLED. So because third-party manufacturers trying to make a OLED panel at the resolution it was and thinking that it was going to fit in the old Legion Go and all that, it was just like. But if you take the screen out of the equation, you buy the True Strike controllers, you buy higher storage, and you buy this 84 watt hour or 81 watt hour battery, you halfway there, and you're not spending $1,500. You're not spending $1,500, bruh. You know? So, man, like, and this got a, 12-month after sales, 30-day refund promise? 24/7 email support? Yeah. So, and look at all these batteries, man. They come with the tools and everything. So, the point is you already opening it up anyway. So, if you were a little savvy, unplug the battery, take the older battery out, put the new battery in. You got to unplug the battery anyway when you put the NVMe in there. You feel me? You feel me? So, you got to put the new battery in there. So I'm just saying, like, you literally have to, for $52, take the old battery, disconnect it before you put the NVMe in there. Put this one in there. You Gucci. So this is an option. You feel me? This is the option right here. All right. Now, that's my gripe with this battery. Okay, they could have went a little bit higher. I'm not gonna lie. They could have went a little bit higher. So I'm guessing they're gonna save the 81 watt hour battery for the Legion Go 3 with the Z3 Extreme. Yeah, we'll see. All right, now this is something new. I didn't know this until I actually was all the way up here looking ahead talking about this fingerprint reader. Now that's fire because the ROG Ally, shout out to M Havoc. M Havoc got the ROG Ally X, and I saw the boy go like this, and I'm like, bro, that thing got a fingerprint reader, and I'm the mobile handheld PC guy, and I didn't even know that. You know, and I guess it was because I was trying to purposely not look into the ROG Ally X just so I didn't have to buy it. But I was like, bro, that got a fingerprint reader? He's like, yeah, bro. I said, wow. So that was fire. So you already know they had to take that, all right? You know they had to take that from them. Now, I like that, though, because I got a passcode on my Legion Go. It's Windows. So having the thing pop up and then you got to hit the boom, boom, boom combination and then it load up. It's like, it's nice to just hit the button and boom, you in there. You feel me? I like that. So that's like the next best thing to IR blaster, you know, iris scanner or whatever the heck you want to call it. So, but that's fire. I do like that. Now we talked about the ergonomic design. The rear button layout. So let's see. Drop shots, head glitches, special combos. You don't need macros to shred on the Legion Go Gen 2. The rear button layout has been redesigned for better reach and fewer false presses. Because custom controls should never come at the cost of comfort. Yeah, I like that, but I'm going to be honest. I don't know how many of y'all out there in the community use those back buttons. I have yet to use them. If anything, I'm accidentally pressing them with my Gameser controller that I have and doing stuff that I don't want to do. Like they said, glitching and doing movements that I didn't intend to do. So I don't know. It's not something that it's nice to have, you know, plus you need them for the FPS mode, but it's not like I'm going to be jumping off the porch for some back buttons. I'm not going to hold you. Now, this is a new thing, okay? If my links would work, I would pull up a 2 terabyte, which I'll still try to, Now this is fire. I like this because I got a 1 terabyte in my Legion Go 1 now, and I got all my games on it. And for y'all who don't know or you're apprehensive, yes, these run at a slower rate than the NVMe's that are built in by means of the 2280s and whatnot, 2230s and all that, but not to a point where you going to notice it and be mad about it. Like every game that I play on my Legion Go 1 is on a 1 terabyte SD card. First Ascendance, Destiny 2, all them games was on there and they running just fine, like fast, and they're not melting like the ROG Ally. You feel me? So the fact that you can get a 2 terabyte now in there, put a 4 terabyte in the back, have 6 terabytes max on your device, that's fire. You know, that is fire. Now, if I'm putting a 4 terabyte in the back of my Legion Go, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna leave the fastest storage for the AAA games, and I'm gonna put my, Hollow Knight Silk Songs on on the smaller loading one. You know, something that don't need to be that fast. But I'm just saying, if you did want to put your AAA stuff on there, it can work, and it works good. It works good, without a doubt. So 2 terabytes is fire. Now, it kind of sucks because they're high priced, but it's not like they're the ultra high speed ones. If I could throw shots at Nintendo, you feel me? Where there's only like 2 manufacturers making a high speed micro SD cards. You feel me? But if I could just read this, Legion Go Gen 2, because I need to read, I'm going to mess around and, So Legion Go Gen 2 is equipped with tons of 7500 megahertz LPDDR5X RAM and a PCIe SSD to keep your loadouts fast in the heat of battle. Bump up that storage with up to 2 terabyte micro SD card expansion. Go back to school for a huge game library that travels with you. So that's fire. Let's just see if I can get this to load up. I know Lexar makes one. There we go. 165 smacks. 69. Bro. I mean, honestly, I feel like these should have been like 250. Like this one's 184. I mean, I got a 1 terabyte. This same brand, I got in a 1 terabyte, the SanDisk, and I did not pay that price, bro. Yeah. So this is a 1.5 terabyte, but I mean, for extra 500, you know what I'm saying, gigs. I don't know. This is a extreme, so this is what Nintendo wants you to put in theirs. Extreme Pro. Look how much more that is. So for the value, I almost bought Lexar's 1 terabyte. It hoovers around $80. If you're doing a Prime Day sale, I've seen it for like 60, I will say, which is pretty cheap. I almost got this for my Steam Deck back in the day, but I ended up getting a 1 terabyte of this for the Steam Deck when it first came out. So, I mean, you got some options. I don't know if I trusted this King safe. It ain't got no reviews. I don't know if see, like these brands, like don't be out here trying to be that guy, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna waste a lot of time and money if you're gonna try to do this because no. Oh, they got a 2 terabyte. I have a 1 terabyte of this. Let me see. Price is hidden. Let me add it to the cart and see. And I like these Team Group cards. They're pretty fire. I haven't had any issues with mine. Think I got it back in December. See, look, yo, what we doing? Bro. Bro. No. I'm going back to 18. I'm going back to no. No. Okay, so they want me to log in. I don't want to log in. So I guess they're hiding the price. So if y'all want to type that in on Amazon and add it to your cart so you can see the price, be my guest. But the point is, The Lexar one seems like the pretty good deal. It seems like the pretty good deal. I mean, we're talking. All right, that's a flop. I hope my video loads. So we're talking 169 bucks. You know, for that. Not to mention, if you want to get a for 200, I saw a. Let me see. Let me check this out real quick. I gotta use my phone now. So I'm trying to price this out, man, because this gets real expensive real fast. All right. So we're talking about a Samsung 990 Pro 4 terabyte for 269, and if you want the heatsink, 330 smacks on them boys, bruh. Man. And then you're getting a micro SD card for 169. So I'm gonna say like 170 plus 270. That's 440, bro, just for storage, my guy. 440, and then you're talking about 440 plus 1500, 1940, bro. 1940, bro. Come on, bro. 1940 before tax, bro. Did y'all hear that price? 1,940. Should I be buying an Alienware laptop? An Asus ROG Strix? Bro, I'm sweating, man. I feel like the frog on the thumbnail right now. I'm sweating. Man. All right. Moving on. So you got your cooling controls. You got your lag-free and locked-in Wi-Fi 6E, so that's good. I think that supports up to 600, I don't know, gigs of something or whatever. Could look that up later. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Wi-Fi 6E. I gotta use my phone internet, y'all. Wi-Fi 6E speeds. Wi-Fi 6E has a maximum connection speed of 65 megabits per second, achieved on older Wi-Fi standards, particularly Wi-Fi 4, due to a single stream, 20 megahertz channel. Okay. So Wi-Fi 6E, 65 megabits per second. Well, it's a new Wi-Fi. For short. It's a new Wi-Fi for short, all right? So that's good. All right. So they did do some, I will say, now I'm gonna be honest. They did do some heavy remodeling of this Legion space. When I first got my Lenovo Legion Go, that boy had some blue looking skin that was using gamesomething.com, but they definitely updated this and it looks way better than it did when you first bought the device. I mean, it had 3D animations of the controllers and all that. You can really control a lot of stuff. So I'm really feeling this now. Now, I have an Asus ROG Flow Z13 with the A90 395 AI Max Plus, whatever. I have that, and I got Armory Crate on there. And Armory Crate is definitely nice. I would definitely say it's nice. I would say this is becoming more of an Armory Crate, like neck and neck maybe a little bit below Armory Crate. I think I like Armory Crate a little bit better, but this is a lot better than what it used to be. I mean, it is a lot better than what it used to be. So I'm on, except theirs is blue. The Legion Go 1 Legion Space is green, or at least mine is. Maybe I need to update it or something. So that's that. And these are just the specifications, tech specs, in more detail. So we talked about a lot of this. I'm glad they're sticking with the headphone jack right here, headphone mic combo port slots. We got the two USB ports, which I still like that. Definitely, I use both of them. Um, and so 16 gigs. Now hold on. Now we're gonna talk about that when I get to the PC World video. We're gonna talk about that. Um, Bluetooth 5.3, so that's great. We talked about Wi-Fi 6E. We just looked it up. Comes in one color, and it is thicker. Thicker. All right. No diet on this one. We got the Legion Space and 65-watt USB charger. So same charger. So if you got your, I got the, if I could search it on Amazon, I will, if it will load, because that, look at what happened to that page. Let me see if I can load up this page. So 50,000, 60 is a 65-watt power bank. This bad boy right here. So this is the one I got. And I did not pay that price. I think I used a coupon or something else. But this thing is fire. This is a fire battery charger, and it's super huge for the Lenovo Legion Go. And it works great for the Steam Deck or whatever. Steam Deck was only at 45 watts, so this was more than enough. Please, yo, please, internet, please work for me, please. All right. Now, this is fire. You get a $15 coupon on this, bruh. So you get that boy for like 45 some bucks. But this is what I use for my portable power bank for my Lenovo Legion Go. This boy powers up a laptop. I got a laptop, 2-in-1 laptop from Acer Spin 3. I don't know if y'all know what that is. So my daughter used for school. This will charge that laptop. Okay? Any laptop that uses 65-watt charging. Plus, you got all the extra stuff that you could put in it. This is a great, and it got a light on it. It's got a flashlight on it. And this will flash, so if you get in a pickle, you can use the flashlight on there. So I referred this to Core X Replay, Z-Saber with Core X Replay. Shout out to Z-Saber. And he purchased this as well. Because I actually, the one that I used before I bought this one was the, maybe it might be in here in the recommended ones. Now, y'all look out for Prime Day, because a lot of this stuff is coming out on sale, bruh. But I wouldn't get nothing that's below 20,000 milliamps. Nothing below that. You get something below that, see, 20,000. Nah, I would go a little higher than that. You know, maybe 25. But it's a Basis. I think that's the brand. That's the one everybody was talking about. So, but I realized that Basis one, after using this one, that junk get ate up quick, yo. Let me see. This one is a 65-watt power bank. And so you compare this one. Oh, they got a new one. It's a 30,000. Mine was not 30,000. I think it's 20,000. It's a Basis. I'm not even seeing it no more, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, so you compare the Basis one. They want more money for this one, and it's got less milliamps than this one. So why is you buying? Let me see if they got a coupon. 10%. They bugging? Nah, bro. Nah. Nah. So after I've been using the other one, I actually I don't even use this one no more. I put this in my Steam Deck bag, and I use the other one. Yeah, yeah. So definitely, this is a good power bank. I highly recommend it. Now you pair that with your Legion Go, you are in there. 65 watts, you got everything you need. Now it does come with a Legion Go 2 carrying case. We're going to get into the video now. All right, we're gonna watch PC World's video of this because I follow PC World. Please don't copyright strike me. All right. So we're gonna watch the video and we're gonna see this in action. Everything that we talked about. All right. We're gonna see it in
This is
action.
the
Let me know if the video's too loud, not loud enough. Y'all let me know in the chat and let me know what's happening right now. All right. So let's get it cracking.
Lenovo Legion Go 2. We saw this earlier this year at CES, but now Lenovo is ready to launch this out into the wild. This is the sequel to the wildly popular Legion Go handheld that came out last year, and it brings some changes. We're going to go over the final details that I know of right now. We're going to do a quick comparison physically to the actual systems, because there's some little subtle differences that I wasn't able to see at CES. But first, I need to answer the question I know you're all asking. What about SteamOS?
Yeah, man.
All right, before we get into the rest of the video, let's start off with
Legion
the
Go
thing that I
S.
know people are going to be asking. Wait, hold on. This Legion Go 2
All right,
is
sounds
running
good. Shout out to
Windows 11.
Z
Why
Saber.
would Lenovo do that? They just launched the Legion Go S with the SteamOS version. People really liked it. I personally really like the SteamOS version. So why would Lenovo even want to go back
That thing look
to
fat.
Windows 11? Well, Lenovo tells me that, guess what? If you look at the Legion Go S, they actually offer both variations. You have the option to choose Windows. You have the option to choose SteamOS. Yes, right now the Legion Go 2 is launching with Windows 11, but number one, you can just put SteamOS on this if you want.
Yo,
Number
that's
two, if
fire.
you look at the Legion Go S, the Windows version actually launched before the SteamOS version. Now, I don't know for sure, this is not official, but I would hazard a guess that maybe the Legion Go 2 will launch with Windows 11, and maybe a SteamOS version will come out at a later date. So if you're maybe going to hold off onto it, maybe there will be one at a later date. Either way, Lenovo loves working with both partners, and they want to give you the option to have both. And I think choice is a great thing, and that's what Lenovo is going to give you. So I commend them for that. So now let's talk about the final specs and pricing that I know of. There are still a couple things that I are not quite clear to me, but as of right now, I'm just going to lead off. The Legion Go 2 starts at $1,050. Yes, that is a jump of $350 over the original launch price of the Legion Go. So you might be asking, why the pricing difference with the new one? Well, it is different. There are obviously some enhancements. I think the first and foremost thing is the OLED screen. So these are both 8.8-inch devices, but now the Legion Go 2 has a beautiful OLED screen. I've messed around with this a little bit, and it is a really nice screen. I'm excited to do some further testing on it. Not only that, instead of the really high pixel density of the first one, like I think it was like 1600p. This goes back to kind of more of a normal 1920 by 1200 is the actual pixel density of this screen. I think that is more manageable. I think it's the right choice for this size of panel.
FPS
so good on
and
that.
performance too.
It does have
with battery life.
A high refresh rate screen, all the way up to 144 hertz. And it is a VRR screen, and I did confirm in the settings that the VRR range goes from 30 to 144. Most panels in these handhelds start at 48, which I feel like is kind of lost when you're playing with these low power devices. So the fact that the VRR range can start at 30 here, I think is really nice. Now, Lenovo tells me they did upgrade the cooling capacity. The actual physical design of it has been upgraded to be more ergonomic. All that kind of stuff. We'll do a little bit of a
Definitely talk
hardware
about them
tour in a
ergonomics
second. But either way, I mean, we all understand that there are market conditions that are affecting everybody, not just Lenovo. So I think that is also part of the reason
Can't
why
deny
the
that.
price increase over the launch version
But tariffs,
of the
bro?
original Go. I will say that there are not many handhelds out there that offer an OLED screen.
He's right
the
about
Steam
that.
Deck is one of them.
Zotac Zone.
And this is a much larger screen than what's on the Steam Deck, and by all intents and purposes, it looks like a really nice
Zotac
panel.
Zone
So I
got
think
a
a lot of people
OLED.
are going to be wanting to look at this as an option, even though it does have a higher price point. And the last thing to note is availability. So Lenovo tells me that in Europe, it's actually going to launch a little bit earlier. So they're going to get it like late September timeframe, and here in the U.S. we're going to get it around October, mid-October
so
timeframe.
mid-October.
I don't have the final date yet. Hopefully we'll get some more of that information later. And you're going to be able to pick it up at Lenovo.com, Best Buy like usual, and then also Costco. Like get bulk orders of the Legion Go 2 in. Okay, sure.
Costco?
To finish off, I do want to go over the hardware again. Even though we did see it at CES and not a ton has changed, I didn't have the original Legion Go on me.
That was a flop, bro. You should have had it.
Why don't you come down here?
You should have had it, bro.
We're gonna prop these up with their nice little kickstands, and we're gonna go over
what are you talking about,
a little bit of the differences.
I know what you're talking about. When he was at CES. Gotta listen.
This is the original Legion Go. The first thing that kind of really stuck out to me putting this in my hand,
you see that?
Is the
we talked about. Look at that. Now my web page wasn't loading. I think I went, but yeah, come on, bro. I'm surprised I still have fingers after playing so many hours in that Legion Go. Well, how sharp that is.
So the original Legion Go definitely had a real harsh kind of corner here that dug into the palms. And this one is much more rounded. It feels much better in the hand. Not only that, the controller is actually taller compared to the original one. I'll do a fun little thing to kind of show the differences on that. The body itself is a little thicker, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is a little bit taller. So they're both laying on a flat surface. This one is taller, a little bit thicker, upgraded cooling capacity, but also you can tell a larger speaker grill for the speakers, a larger entrance, and
way bigger speaker grill.
Cooling.
Whoa!
So I did try to.
Whoa! Hold on, no. Man, that's a big boy. Got a bigger light right there. Now I ain't gonna hold you. There are some times that light is bright, y'all. Like that light is bright. I had that thing charging that night on the nightstand, or whatever, or in sleep mode. Cause when you charge it, the thing wants to wake up. But that light is bright, bro. You can light up the whole room, dog. That's man. Wow.
Crank the fan speeds, and it actually sounded pretty nice to me. But this is an engineering sample.
That's a big boy, y'all. Look at that. There you go. Look at that. That's thick, boy. Man. Oh, the speakers are upgraded. Look at that speaker grill compared to that. That's crazy. They needed to do that. That was a big flop on the first one. Those speakers, bro.
Not a final design, so hopefully if it's going to push a lot of air, it's not going to have a annoying fan sound. If we look at the ports, we still have two USB-C ports, one on the top, one on the bottom. The volume moves from being over here to over here. It does have a power button, but this time it has a integrated fingerprint sensor, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, and that's why it's so much bigger too. Yeah, see, a fingerprint sensor on there would have been a kind of a miss. You had to touch that thing like it still ain't even on yet. So you need a bigger button right there in order for the fingerprint to register. You feel me?
SD card slot from the top to the bottom. Branding around the back is a little bit different. The Legion is large up here in the top rather than on the kickstand, but it does still have a really nice kickstand.
Yeah, look at the vents between them two, man. You got the big circle, and you got all of that in the back. And this was already a loud device, so man, that thing finna be crazy loud, probably.
The original one, like I really liked how heavy it was.
Yeah, that's a bigger kickstand.
You had to force it with a lot of force to get it to move. So if it was on a table, you feel like it's not going to knock over. This new one, the kickstand's
smaller,
a little shorter. but it still feels
It's a bigger
very
device,
rigid.
but the
You're not-
stand is
you're not gonna
smaller?
push this and kind of knock things over, so I really appreciate that. But once again, the big difference for me is going to be ergonomics, and this is something that I tried out just to kind of like see how it was going to feel, so I'm going to do this here. You can actually interchange the controllers. The locking mechanism and the whole sliding thing is the same, so I don't know why you would want to swap them, but yeah, I guess theoretically you can if you want.
Because it's
Still
$1,500,
a
my
little
guy.
button here that you
Come on,
press
Patrick.
in and then slide down to reveal the pogo pins. But instead of doing that, I'm actually going to take off the original controller and place it on this one.
Now that's disrespectful. That's
Upside down.
disrespectful. Come on,
Okay,
bro.
so it slots right in, and it slides right on, and there you go. It's actually
Wow.
actually on there. It works, and you can see now that this is on here, the
All right,
actual tablet size
I'm gonna
is
tell
a little-
y'all, like on the aftermarket, if y'all buying the Lenovo Legion Go 2, make sure y'all check them Joy-Cons because, or your True Strike controllers, because somebody gonna mess around and give you an old screen with new controllers, bro. So you might want to make sure you bring your pixel magnifying glass and make sure it's OLED, because things could get real fishy, bro.
little bit taller. So the controller on the new one is a little bit taller as well because of that. And when I put this in my hand, like, I'm actually able to feel directly the difference in the ergonomics, and it is wild. It is a major change. There are a lot of things that are the same. They still have the same back button options. The trigger still has a really nice curve to it along the front finger. The shoulder buttons are actually larger. I think you can tell that they're a little bit deeper compared to the original one. And you can get a full press across the whole top of it, so that is nice.
All right.
But really,
It's real clicky, bro.
I can't say this enough times. Having it sit there in my palm and just round it off and more ergonomic is a major change and very appreciated. So
Yeah,
and that
all
is
right.
something that you wouldn't be able to kind of do on any other handheld. Is like a side-by-side holding like this and put the original controller on it. So it's actually kind of funny. So I'm going to pop this back off, and the last thing is that I noticed was just kind of the feel of it, and it's not the weight. They both feel relatively light compared to each other, but it feels less plasticky. It feels less of a toy.
Okay.
It feels a little bit more refined in terms of the what the actual material is. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's got a little bit more texture to it. It's not as like I don't want to say cheap, but cheap.
I mean,
plastic.
I ain't gonna
You
hold you.
feel
They're
this-
kind of
this
cheap.
feels more premium.
Mine's
in my
I haven't
hand.
never dropped it
still
or
has a little
anything,
bit of
but
a
I
grip,
move it.
on the back, but it's different. The original
Moving around in there, and I've never dropped it. Never dropped it, but I hear on the inside of it, like, yo, the thing hollow as a mug. Like, what happened on the inside, bro? You ask anybody I know, they will say I'm the most careful with my electronic devices, especially my mobile little handheld PCs and stuff. But out of nowhere, I detached it and I hit like it's an acorn or something in that boy. I'm like, bro, what happened? So I hope they made them a little bit better quality, because they were asking for like $70 for the right side with the mouse pad, and like, no, I think it was like 100, and then the other left side was like 40. So I'm like, yo, like this is dang near more than a pair of Joy-Cons at this rate. So I don't know. I guess they figured because they got a built-in mouse for FPS mode. But look, they better be a lot more rugged than the previous one.
one had like a stubble. This one, it kind of has like a scale kind of pattern to it. And also the buttons are actually smaller, which I appreciate, along the back. And they're not as, I mean, you can
I
see
do
that
like
they're
that.
not glossy. They're not
I like that.
sliding around. They have a little bit of a grip to it as well. So obviously I want to get this in for further testing. A lot of people who have followed me know that I wasn't a huge fan of the original Legion Go, mostly because the detachable controllers was just lost on me, and also the ergonomics too was kind of a bit of a bummer. So apart from the OLED screen, which I think is a really big selling point. Really, it's going to come down to this is a much more ergonomic device, especially for something that is still so large. You get that beautiful 8-inch display. I love a larger display, and so being able to hold it for longer is going to be a positive in my book.
Okay.
And of course, the very last thing is to get it in for testing. I want to see how much of an upgrade it is actually over the original Legion Go, and see if my thoughts have changed on this interesting handheld that nobody else kind of has replicated over the past. I thought we were going to see a lot more people try to get into detachable controllers, and hasn't really been the case. So if that's a selling point for Lenovo, then yeah, I'm curious to hear. Are you still a huge fan of the Lenovo Legion Go? Do you really appreciate having those detachable controllers? Let me know down in the comments. And to see more of this handheld coverage, be sure to subscribe here on PC World and watch this next video. This next video right here about handheld gaming is really good.
All right. So, I guess we can break that down a little bit. Going back to the beginning.
People are going to be look at the Legion. So that's what Lenovo
Kind of
does.
said what I had to say mostly through the video. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Now, is it worth that much more money though? I mean, the two variants that they do have were not mentioned, the 16 gigabyte and the 32 gigabyte. And if you ask me, being a PC gamer, right now in 2025, 16 gigabytes is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it because with that APU that's in there, after you've allocated, the RAM that you need for the actual OS to run, you're only left with 8 gigs of VRAM. 8 gigs of VRAM is Metroidvanias. Not AAA. It's not AAA. You need at least 16 to 24 for AAA. You feel me? So, I don't know. I mean, he did say, let's talk about
Legion Go 2 is launching with Windows 11. The Windows version actually launched before the OS version will come out at a later date. The option Lenovo is going to give you. So I think choice is a great thing. Now, yes, that is a jump of be asking why the pricing difference.
Here we
with the
go.
New one. Well, it is different. There are obviously some at $1,050.
$1,050. $1,050 for the 16 gigabyte though. All right, for the 16 gigabyte, $1,050. All right, that's this one. My webpage was just here just fine. This is Best Buy. So if you want to get this pre-ordered, this is where you go. All right, but don't be fooled. 16 gigabytes. All right, for $1,100. So I don't know where $1,150 come from. Maybe they got a little $50 discount sale or something. All right. You can pre-order it here. All right. But that's just come on, bro. Come on, bro. This is what I thought the price was going to be. Honestly, I thought this was going to be the price for the actual new 32 gigabyte variant. I thought this was the price, $1,100, maybe $1,200. Maybe $1,200. The original Legion Go launched at what? $700 for the what was the original? We're gonna look it up live. What was the original price for the Lenovo Legion Go 1 at launch? $599. $599, my guy. Starting at $599. Okay. Okay. My chest hurt. My chest hurt. All right. What were the two storage options for the Lenovo Legion Go 1 at release? I want to say it's 512 and a 1 terabyte. Yes, a 512 and a 1 terabyte. And the price difference between the two is like $100. So for the original Lenovo Legion Go, you could get for like $699. You know, maybe some websites were trying to scalp you $799. But I thought this price for the 32 gigabyte new one was going to be $1,000, maybe $1,100. Okay, that's $400 to $500 more than the original launch price of the original Legion Go, my guy. The original Legion Go. But they took it upon themselves to make that boy $1,000 more. $1,000 more, dang near, than the launch price of the original Legion Go. You're talking $800 to $900 more. Bro, my throat hurt. My throat hurt, bro. Man, y'all okay? I'm not. Wow. So, I mean, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts tremendously. Let me look this up real quick. Let me look this up. Legion Go 2. This is Best Buy, all right? This is Best Buy. Now, I don't even know why you would even think about buying a Legion Go S at this rate. Because the Legion Go S, I can't show you right now because my internet is bogged down. I don't know what's going on. If I try to change the web page, it's just going to be blank. So I'll just leave this one up. I'm on my phone right now. You can get a Legion Go S, okay? Legion Go S with the 8-inch screen. $829, my guy. And that's a more inferior device than the original Legion Go 1. 32 gigs. All right, I got to show y'all this, all right? 32 gigs. That ain't going to work. Anyways, $830, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, Z1 Extreme, 120 hertz screen. It's an inferior device, and they want $830, bro. No, bro, no. I don't even know what the point of releasing that device was at this rate. You're going to put Steam OS on this one. You feel me? You're going to put Steam OS on this one. You know, and now there's word on the street that Xbox is going to release their OS that's on the ROG Ally Xbox. And you can put that on any handheld device that you want. So for 16 gigs and you want $1,100, that's just, I can't do that, bro. That's just, you got to give me a little bit more value proposition than that, dog. So that's just wild. That's just wild. That's just wild. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm going to do it on this tab because I need to make reference back to that tab. So if I go to, let's go to shopping. I'm shopping for a Legion Go 2, y'all. Look at this. Look. 13, 4, wait. Who's doing this? Who's going to buy the Steam OS Legion Go 8 for $1,400? Who's going to do it? Not me. Okay. Look, Walmart's selling theirs for $26.99. Are these people okay? Are these people okay? Oh, an 8 terabyte drive? Huh? No, that's still not okay. Which one does this have? Oh, 1 terabyte drive for $1,400. You might as well get a Legion Go 2. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. All right, so look, $750, man. $750, dude. The price has doubled. $750. $750, all right? $750 plus 750 is 1,500. It's 1,500, my guy. This is unreal. This is uncanny, bro. This is uncanny. Like, uncanny, bro. Okay, so this one has for $599. That's the launch price of the original Legion. $512. So you're only getting, I don't know what the stats are on that one. But what I would like to find, BH audio video, I don't see it on here. They had it for the 1,500. Yeah, here you go. Oh no, that's a laptop. Where you at? Where you at? Don't tell me they out of stock. Google don't want to show the results because they out of stock. Let me see. B&H. Here you go. If it loads, because my internet's real wonky. Look. Come on, bro. Come on. Let me see where my heart rate is at right now. My blood pressure is getting high. Come on, y'all. Come on. 1479, bro. Notify me when I don't want to be notified. I don't want to be notified. 14. This is before taxes, y'all. This is before you go buy a tempered glass screen protector. This is before you potentially buy a better case. We didn't even see the case. I'm going to have to pull up another video. But this is before you buy all the accessories, my guy. $14.79, bruh. $14.79. Bruh. All right. Let's see if we can see an unboxing video. Let's see what you get in the box for $1,500. Let's see what you get in the box. This is the first video that comes up. This is Lenovo's channel. Let's try this one.
I've got the mass production version now, so let's start with an unboxing.
Mass production
the outer box
version
is huge, which is quite
All right, let's check this
environmentally
out.
unfriendly. Inside,
Let's see what this
you'll find
case
a
that it
storage
comes with
case
looks
and
like.
the devices inside it. It's great that a storage case is included.
definitely
we'll
opened
put
this
that aside
already.
for now. The inner packaging lifts up to reveal the manual and other documents. Taking everything out, you can see the bottom of the box can also be used as a stand. Big brands have really
So
mastered
my audio.
packaging inserts. On the side, there's a 65-watt charger. Compared to the packaging, the charger feels a bit underwhelming. When using the 65-watt charger, when the power consumption settings are high, the battery charges quite slowly. With
Yeah,
the
that's
battery
what
at
I was talking
70%,
about.
the
They
device
still got
supports
that same
100-watt
issue.
input when running.
They still got that issue with that charger. They should have gave you a 100-watt charger for $1,500, bro. Now I gotta go on Anchor on Amazon, type in Anchor, 100-watt charger to get.
A game. I really wish Lenovo would include their 100-watt lipstick charger. The
Thank
storage
you.
case has a premium feel and offers excellent protection. It includes a compartment for the Go-To controller's mouse mode dock, making it much more convenient for users, which is a fantastic
I don't like
addition.
that case. I don't like that
makes it
case.
easier
That
to use
case
the
look,
100-watt lipstick
bro,
charger. The storage case
that
has
case-
a premium feel and offers excellent protection. It includes a
Are you sure that case looked worse than the case that the first one came out with, bro?
compartment for the Go-To.
And that's another issue. I got the Legion Go right here. That used to say Legion. You feel me? That used to say Legion with a bump out. It says it, but it's very faint. You want to know why? Because on my case, the rubber words came off. The rubber words came off. So it's funny how on this case, it doesn't say that no more.
Two controllers mouse mode dock, making it much more convenient for users,
it's
which is
flimsy.
a fantastic addition. which makes it easier to use the controller in mouse mode. Now let's examine the appearance of the mass production version of the Go 2.
All right, so that's all I wanted to see. We don't got to go down the whole video. That's all I wanted to see. But bruh. Unbelievable. So we talked about it all, y'all. Shinizaki back again. We're examining the Legion Go 2, its true official release. The device is up for pre-order. I hope you got your loan companies ready. You feel me? Because you're going to have to take out another mortgage or car loan or personal loan or something. You better make sure your 4Ps is caught up. Bruh. Bro. If you do pre-order it, don't pre-order it here. It was $13.50 at Best Buy for the 32 gigabyte. I can't show y'all that right now because my internet, somebody on the roof and they messing around, so. But I'm here to let y'all know this boy is overpriced. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, here's the $1 million question. Shinizaki, are you buying the Lenovo Legion Go 2? The answer is to be determined. To be determined. All right, stay tuned and find out. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Bell notification. You know the drill. Stay tuned to the channel. I got to do some rearranging on my setup. That's why it's been taking me so long to get back on. Podcast has been on hold until further notice, but I had to come out with a video talking about this because there's too much going on in the wild. I'd like to give the same scrutiny to the ROG Ally Xbox LIX, since that's going to be coming out next month and we don't have a price yet. So I would love to give that a rundown, but we'll see. But as of right now, please stay tuned, y'all. It's been real. It has been real. So please stay tuned. We'll see. It's here. Shinizaki once again, signing out. Like, comment, subscribe, sub to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I'll catch y'all on the next one.